लंबा समय है आज की जिंदगी में. Yes.
So may I come in? Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Take a seat. You are Abhimanyu Malik.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Please give us a brief introduction, Abhimanyu.
Sir, my name is Abhimanyu Malik. I am born and brought up in Sonipat, Haryana. I have done my BTech in Mechanical Engineering from YMCA University of Science and Technology. I have done my MA in IGNOU. I have done my MA in Political Science from IGNOU. Since December 2016, I have been working with NABARD. And currently I am posted as Assistant General Manager in NABARD Rohtak Cluster Office. I have been allocated a DANIC service as part of the UPSC Civil Services Examination 2022. And my hobbies include playing table tennis, shooting volleyball, and singing.
So you've already given the interview. How much did you get?
Sir, 193.
That's a very good score.
It's a high score.
Thank you, sir.
How have your mains gone this time?
Sir, I believe that it is better than the last time.
So let's hope to see you achieve your ambition. Please.
You belong to Haryana.
Yes, sir.
The khaps are good thing. Khaps are. What is wrong with khaps? You heard about
Yes, sir.
khaps?
Yes, sir. So there have been certain extra constitutional pronouncements by the CAP which have.
तो क्या हो गया? Those are elderly people. Their view should be respected.
Sir, but anything that goes against the law of the land and the constitution of the country, so that cannot be accepted.
So you are recommending not respecting your elders. You're recommending law, following law.
Sir, if any of the pronouncements that goes against the law, that should not be respected at all, sir.
Pronouncements like?
Sir, like banning of mobile phones and jeans for the girls, and also social ostracization of couple and families, and also, sir, pronouncements like killing of the couples, those who have married in the same gotra. So these kind of things, I believe, sir, should not be tolerated.
What are the reasons for female infanticide, particularly in Haryana?
Sir,
Pehle, what is the sex ratio in Haryana?
Sir, as per the 2011 census, the sex ratio is 879 in Haryana. Sir, a few reasons I can cite is that first is there is an entrenched patriarchy in the society, which is there in all parts of India, but more prominent it is in Haryana. Second, I believe is that it's an agrarian society where, sir, land is a very major asset, and a son is seen as the inheritor of that land. So somewhere, sir, it also, some families believe that it would tantamount to division of the family land if the girl is there because of the equal inheritance right. So these are the two reasons that I believe is the major cause of it.
Your CV says that you have worked on a project for crop diversification.
Yes, sir.
So in view of this parali burning
Yes, sir.
thing and pollution, consequent pollution, what are your recommendations for crop diversification in Punjab?
Sir, crop diversification towards more environmental friendly crops like millets, particularly maize in this part of the land, and also certain horticulture crops like, sir, we did with Kharif onion, which is a suitable crop for many parts of Haryana and Punjab. So I believe in this aspect, this can largely tackle the issue of stubble burning. Go about it.
Okay. How is your background of a mechanical engineer going to help you in civil services?
Sir, technology plays a major role in all aspects of civil services. Like I believe that if the things like farm mechanization is there, or creation of cold chain facilities for our produce. So if there are projects related to that, so I believe, sir, I'm not a practitioner of medical, mechanical engineering, but at least, sir, conceptually, I'll be able to understand the basic things about the project, and if there is a kind of appraisal and implementation, so that would help me in that regard. Sir, mechanical engineering also plays a big role in services like the railways, where the manufacturing part of the locomotives, the braking systems, so there mechanical engineering plays a big role. So conceptual understanding of mechanical engineering would help me in doing my service in that area.
But you have not railway का तो कोई है ही नहीं list. Only railway protection, railway management. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Right,
sir.
Abhimanyu, you have been given Danix as the service. Tell
Yes.
me, have you heard of the term PTGs, which was then modified into PVTGs? So can you throw some light on these two terms, PTGs and PVTGs?
Yes, sir. PTG term stands for particular tribal groups.
Primitive tribe.
Thank you, sir, for correcting me. Sir, it has been changed to PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Sir, we have 75 PVTGs in the country across 18 states and union territories.
And in the area which you have been assigned, which are the prominent ones?
Sir, in Andaman Nicobar, the major ones are the Jarava, the Sentinelese, the Ongees.
Have you had the chance to visit the Andaman so far?
No, sir, I have not got the opportunity so far.
Okay. Now, you've heard of the phrase bullet train.
Yes, sir.
Why is this name so given? Is it because it is as fast as a bullet?
Sir, I'm not sure about the etymology of the term, but it has come from Japan, basically.
So the normal concept is that it is because of the speed, but that's not correct. It's because of the shape of the nose. The shape of the nose of the train is like that of a bullet.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, have you heard of citizens' charters? Where did this originate from and what does it signify?
Sir, Citizens Charter originated in the United Kingdom for the
Very
first
good,
time.
yes.
And the basic premise about Citizens Charter is that in every country, the people are the masters and government is a servant. So the government has to make a promise to its citizens for quality of service delivery. So certain benchmarks have to be committed by the government organizations towards the kind of services they are providing, their timely delivery of it, and any kind of grievance redressal mechanism.
Very good. That's just what I was looking for. My final question. What is your take on simultaneous elections?
Sir, I believe it is a step in the right direction, and because there is a huge cost incurred in terms of both money and manpower that goes into conducting our elections, and the normal functioning of the governments are disrupted for during the model code of conduct. So there are certain practical challenges, sir.
Midterm elections, how do you take care of those?
Yes, sir. Sir, midterm elections and also by-elections, these are a few challenges. But sir, there's a high-level committee that has been formed under the chairpersonship of our former Honorable President of India. So they are looking into these aspects, and I believe, sir, there would be certain recommendations to check the flex.
They have asked for your and mine recommendations by the 15th of this month.
Yes, sir.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Abhimanyu, what do you know about the Jat reservation?
Yes,
Why
sir.
they are asking for this reservation?
So there are few reasons to it. First is that there is still prevalence of educational backwardness among the Jats.
There is any data? Educational backwardness or social backwardness or economically backwardness?
Sir, I believe the social backwardness is not the major concern. Sir, it is mainly the educational and the economic backwardness, especially, sir, in the rural areas.
Most of the landowners are Jats in that area?
Yes, sir. But over the years, sir, a lot of land fragmentation has taken place.
Everywhere is there.
Yes, sir. And average land holding size has now reduced. And sir, there is a lot of stagnation in the agriculture these days. So there are demands for it to make the both ends meet. So there are people in, especially in the rural areas, sir, where it's not possible for them to basically have the minimum resources. And again, sir, it's also it's not just a phenomena based in Haryana. So it is happening in Maharashtra. The similar thing is happening in Andhra with the Kapoos and.
No, I am talking about Jat. I am
Yes,
not
sir.
talking about that.
So I think, sir, all these play a role, like the movements all over the India for similar communities.
That effect on Jat also.
That does affect on, like, sir, having similar protests or movements in this regard from what we see in Haryana also, the Jats.
But we can say that effect on Maratha also.
Yes, sir, it's a kind of peer effect that we see. So movement in one part of the land does affect other places also equally.
But what do you know about the Maratha, this agitation recently?
Yes, sir, they have been demanding OBC status in the state, and they also got it the previous regime.
But what was the criteria earlier, and why they want to change the criteria of the OBC reservation now? There must be any criteria, no?
Sir, OBC reservation is basically based on socio-economic backwardness.
Yes.
Sir, yes, sir.
In this way, the lot of other general communities, they are also social economically backward.
Sir, it is.
So everybody should given the OBC status.
Sir, it is not possible and feasible to provide that, and also as far as the Indira Sahni judgment also, that it cannot go beyond 50% for caste-based reservation. So only it can be breached in very exceptional circumstances.
But what was the criteria given in Indira Sahni judgment when it was this delivered? Indira Sahni judgment.
Sir, it was delivered in the year 1993, if I could remember, sir.
92, 93 it was implemented.
Thank you, sir, for
And
correcting.
what was this criteria given in the Indira Sahni judgment?
So there were 9 criteria that were provided for.
To brought into the OBC category.
Sir, it was.
Who was given the task for this OBC?
So the criteria was social, economic, and educational backwardness.
When it was given the task to which committee?
Sir, I'm not sure about the committee that was formed after.
I mean, how can you determine the central OBC reservation list?
Sir,
Indira Sahni judgment has been given,
yes, sir.
isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, which community brought under the OBC community, and what was the criteria?
Sir, the commission that was given the task was National Commission for Backward Classes, NCBC.
At that time, NCBC was not there. NCBC was given by the Indira Sahni judgment only.
Yes, sir.
This is a constitutional body.
Sir, now it has become a constitutional body. Earlier it was a statutory body.
Yes.
Sir, before that there was a commission called BP Mandal Commission.
Yes.
So which provided for, which recommended
in
for.
1980.
Yes, sir. And it was implemented in 1991 by the VP Singh government.
The Mandala is given this task, and they have brought the community this into OBC on the basis of this social and educational backwardness.
Yes, sir.
Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And how they have been given to the central list? I mean, if anybody is demanding, because you belong to that community, isn't it? If the Jat is demanding the OBC, so at least, and your subject is also the political science. You should know now this thing.
Sir, they're basically demanding on the basis of educational and economic backwardness that is prevalent, and this was one reason why that.
So at that time the Mandal has given, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And central list, because there is a two list, that is a state list and central list.
Yes, sir.
So the Mandal, the central list, the community which were already given the status of state OBC list before Mandal, and the Mandal has given, so the both is joint common list, that is a central list of OBC,
Thank you, sir.
isn't it? And what about this Maratha revolution? I mean, it's agitation.
Sir, it also revolved around.
Because that is a very hot topics nowadays.
Yes, sir. Sir, they were also provided reservation for the state
And
list.
they are a land they have a lot of land holdings, and they are from royal family, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And they are demanding. And you see these other communities, they have no land, no services, educationally backward also.
Yes, sir.
So, what is the other criteria? As an administrator, what you will suggest?
Sir, I believe that reservation solely based on caste criteria, in the future times, if we have to breach the 50% mark, I think, sir, we need to include some other criteria of backwardness. Primarily, sir, economic criteria, which has already been provided for in EWS. Some other also criteria like for the TG community, transgenders. So that was also provided for and recommended by the Supreme Court in the Ram Singh case, that now we need to devise newer yardsticks to provide reservation, and now we need to move beyond the caste-based reservations.
But you can change the anybody community and social status. Suppose anybody belong to the scheduled caste, so you can change by giving the reservation and by education.
Sir,
How can you this compare at par with other community if you will not given the reservation to the SC or ST?
sir, I'm only talking about the future reservations that to be provided.
Even future reservation is also. As an administrator, how will you suggest?
Sir, ultimately, I believe that reservation is not the panacea for all the ills that are happening in the country. Somewhere the demand is more because of the lack of employment
But
opportunity.
how can you change the social criteria?
Sir, social criteria would remain and would be there. So, as far as the say scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, there is no debate
Because
about.
you have seen the so many at the top position. I mean, they have washed the chair and like this, that. I think you have heard about that.
Yes, sir.
And see the role of Shankaracharya, like the Ram Mandir is going to inaugurate by the Prime Minister. And you heard about the, means what do you know about the Sanatan? And who is the, driving force of Sanatan?
Sir,
आजकल बड़ा चल रहा है सनातनी सनातनी. What do you mean by Sanatan?
Sir, Sanatan is a way of life that is basically our cultural ethos. So it is more broader than a particular religion like Hinduism, and it is the very basis of our culture and heritage.
But who has given this Sanatan? Who is the religious leader of the Sanatan?
Sir, I do not see one particular religious leader for Sanatan. Sir, it has been in existence since the ancient times. And sir, in the
Ancient time, what do you mean by ancient time? Vedic, pre-Vedic, Indus Valley, or epics?
sir, I believe that since the Vedic times, when we have evidences.
At that time, there was no Sanatan religion. That was a Vedic religion.
Yes, sir.
Adi Shankaracharya, have you heard about Adi Shankaracharya?
Yes, sir.
What they have established? Guru Shishya Parampara?
Sir, Adi Shankaracharya has established.
How many peats they have started?
Sir, 12.
Huh?
Sir, 12.
4.
Thank you, sir.
So, okay. चलिए आप.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I heard you speak about reservations and need to redefine them, and you said that is still continuing because of shortage of jobs.
Yes, sir.
In your judgment, enough is enough. Is that what you're saying? That we need to do away with reservations?
No, sir, it's not about doing away with reservations. But, sir, the yardsticks of reservations need to be updated.
What could be the new yardsticks?
Sir, like there are communities which are facing a lot of social stigma and also a lot of backwardness when it comes to economic and educational terms. Like
And they are not as yet notified as
yes,
in
sir.
those reserved categories?
Yes, sir.
Or are you saying there are some reserved categories that should be denotified and brought out of the categories and that?
Sir, in as far as OBC is concerned, there is already a criteria for creamy layer. So those people who are above that threshold, they are already not under the reservation regime. So such things are, the creamy layer criteria may be revised according to the circumstances of the time.
So why you think we are not able to do away with the old way of reservations and find a new way of reservations?
Sir, as a political science student, I believe it is all to do with the sir, if we provide a benefit to anyone, and in politics it's very difficult to take that benefit back. So I see it in that terms that even we are not able to debate upon the efficacy of the reservation system. So it is
Now-
more to do with the politics.
We have seen in last 1 or 2 decades, voters have become beneficiaries.
Yes, sir.
What is that doing to democracy? Are states supposed to provide you lollipops or something else?
Sir, I believe that it is a kind of government overload that is happening, and it's not a new phenomena. It was there in the West. It was predicted in the 1960s, 70s that the states are ultimately going to become nanny states. They'll provide you benefits from cradle to grave. And because we are a developing country, and now we are having resources at
But
our
what is the
disposal.
core 3 functions of a sovereign state? You're from political science.
Sir, I believe the first and foremost function is the preservation of life and liberty of the people. Second is maintenance of law and order, like maintenance of rule of law. And third is securing the territorial integrity.
So providing lollipops is not one of them.
Sir, it is not the very core function of the state at the initial level.
But this has become the function of the state.
Sir, it is now becoming the major function of the state. But welfareism is a very good aspect of our constitution and the democratic state.
You were also answering questions on Khap Panchayat.
Yes, sir.
And I felt it was very withdrawn, very defensive, very superficial. What percentage of Khap Panchayats have been in such negative news? What is the history of Khap Panchayat? How did they come about? And what did they do during freedom struggle?
Sir, Khap Panchayats have been in existence since very long, like sir, almost hundreds of years they are in existence, and their main
In Sonipat area, what was the main contributions during freedom struggle?
sorry sir, I'm unable to recollect
Look
it.
through it.
Sure.
Women's education, you'll be shocked to see that.
Thank you, sir.
So don't just give news headlines answer. You come from Sonipat, you need to have deeper understanding.
Sure, sir.
Likewise, on infanticide, you said land will go to the son and they don't want to have more divisions. You could have 7 sons. There are families you will know who would have 7, 8 sons. Fragmentation would still happen. Explain me what are the social moorings, rituals, traditions, regulations and law that push people to have sons.
Sir, first I believe is the access of giving culture, I would say. Like when it comes to women and girls in Haryana, from the time of their marriage till the time of their sons and daughters' marriage, there's a culture of lot of giving of gifts, dowry, and these things, sir. So somewhere,
Again, negative approach. All rituals require sons to be doing various rituals from life to death.
yes, sir.
All your forms for education, for employment, for any other thing want to know your father's name.
Yes, sir.
So the system and society themselves are pushing people to prefer sons over daughters. So always give positive and negative side of it. Things that dowry is one, but also why in schools they need to know father's name. Why you want to apply for a driving license, they want to know father's name.
Yes, sir.
Why is that necessary? The real progeny is mother.
Yes, sir.
We don't know who the father is. There is no way to establish unless you do DNA or other tests. How many people are going for DNA tests? Only identity which is guaranteed is mother.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You also mentioned of you mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
What is machine?
Sir, machine is a device which helps doing a task easier and more efficiently.
Have you seen Three Idiots?
Yes, sir.
Teacher asks him what is the definition of machine and he answers. Just my last quick question. Tell me 3 schemes of Government of India which you have personally benefited from.
Sir, first is the Prime Minister Gram Sadak Yojana. Because, sir, as a NABARD officer, I need to travel a lot to the rural areas, and that has helped me, sir, to reach that place in a timely manner.
When that scheme began and who
Sir,
started?
in year 2000 by the former Prime Minister.
Right. Second.
Sir, second, can I take a few seconds?
Yeah, sure. How do you make payments every day?
Sir, through UPI and supporting infrastructure.
Does that make life different?
It absolutely does, sir. Definitely, sir. It is one of the schemes that I would say that has benefited me.
Any more? You want to think, you can, but otherwise it's fine. I mean, you can think later also.
Sir, one more scheme I can
Sure.
that is coming to my mind is the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Sir, I got my first account under that scheme.
Excellent. Question could also be, how many missions Prime Minister Modi has launched in the last 9.5 years? Any guess? 10, 100, 1,000?
Sir, at least 10 I can.
More than 100.
Sir, thanks for
How
correcting.
many nations?
Missions.
So
I
that
will-
brings us to the end, Abhimanyu,
Thank
of our
you, sir.
formal interaction.